What's going on, everyone? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, pack a lip. Joy Reid from MSNBC now is pretending to be a political commentary. Oh boy. So yeah, Joy Reid is now on our radar of people that we're going to have to definitely start combating against because, yeah, this woman, she's nasty. She's a nasty one. She's got Trump derangement syndrome still. And she still allows Trump to live in her head rent free. And it's funny. But now she has her own alleged podcast called The Joy Reid Show. And she's got very short hair. She looks kind of like an alleged lesbian dyke. I don't know what's going on with that. Joy, that look really doesn't make you, no pun intended, look any better or credible or very reliable by any means. Sorry. Just really nasty thought. No, I mean, you look great. Anyway, she's trying to pretend that she's a political commentary here, and she's going to be talking about Trump and stuff. And so, I guess let's just dive into it. Oh God, I don't want to dive into Joy Reid.
In years straight, including during the years when Joe Biden was living in the White House.
That's the problem when you look at too much AI. You start thinking it's.
I think he believes
So,
it.
did I do that yesterday? Wow.
I think he thinks he's been president for 10 years. And I promise you, I'm not.
So she's allegedly thinking that Trump thinks that he's been president for 10 years. Which shows you how badly out of touch she is with reality. It shows that she's really, really out of touch with reality. She doesn't know. She really doesn't know anything about political stuff at all. She doesn't. Even when she was with MSNBC, this is probably why, Joy, you might have allegedly gotten fired, because you were not really good at this. I don't know. Maybe that's why. I'm just not assuming. I'm just only guessing here.
I'm making this up. I want you guys to listen to this.
Joy, 99.9% of the time, I think we know that you kind of allegedly like to make things up.
He essentially has eliminated from his consciousness. He can't.
Sounds like you subconsciously don't know anything, Joy. You just like to assume a lot of things. We know, Joy, how hard it is for you to think consciously on political things. Because, political commentating is not always going to be everyone's forte. And especially somebody like you that, allegedly got fired or left MSNBC in a very possible distasteful way because of, certain alleged reasonings that we're not going to go into right now, but we know why, Joy, that you're doing this because you're allegedly desperate. You're clinging to straws here, trying to look for the attention of viewers that you're not really going to grasp for. Because again, you're not really good at this, Joy. Just stop.
Can't handle the fact that he lost the 2020 election.
Joy, I don't think he is not handling it. I think it's the fact that the election got allegedly stolen. Can you say the word allegedly stolen? Can you say allegedly stolen? Good. Now, can you say you're an alleged nut job? Good. That's exactly what you are, Joy. alleged nut job. Can you say disingenuous? Good, because that's what you really are. Disingenuous nut job. Put those together. You'll find yourself in a dictionary. First page, Joyce.
So he's just erased it from his consciousness.
No, Joy, I think that's what you would hope.
Such that he seems to really believe that he's been president literally since 2017.
No, Joy. This is what you want to believe. See, again, this is what you are hoping. You obviously really are out of touch of reality there, Chica. You really are out of touch there. Is it me, or is this hoochie mama just really that desperate to cling to anything that she can to try to make it sound like Trump is absolutely that deprived? Can you say she don't know jack shit? Good, because that's what she don't know. She don't know jack shit.
I promise you, I'm not making this up. I want to.
Joy, 99.9% again of the things you say are made up. Even when you were in MSNBC or whatever news agency you were with, you made shit up. Isn't that kind of maybe allegedly why you got fired, was because your ratings sucked? Oh, shit. And because your view counts were dropped? Oops. Kind of like maybe what happened with you and Anderson Cooper and Don Lemonhead. Maybe that's why y'all got dropped, because y'all weren't really good at your jobs. You people just were terrible. I don't know, maybe that's just a common denomination guess here, but hey, who knows? I'm just a freelance journalist that takes random ass guesses sometimes. And sometimes I'm right.
Play for you the piece of that long thing yesterday when he talked.
She does this whole hand thing. It just annoys me. Look, Chica, can we just stop doing this with the hand thing, please? First of all, I want to just... I know that I don't want to look at your ugly face. And I don't want to see your ugly face. But I don't want to look at your smelly hands. I don't want to smell your hands. Thank God I don't got smell-o-vision over here. But I don't want to be having your stinky hands in front of my freaking camera. And I don't know where them hands have been, Chica. So put your hands down. Don't need to be doing this, okay, girlfriend? Don't give me none of that sass. Okay? Put that sass away. There, hoochie mama.
Talks about being the 45th.
Know what I call that? I call that toxic journalism right there. That's the toxic, sassy journalism 101.
46th and 47th president.
We like to name it the F-47. I said, let me think about it.
Okay, so the F-47. Trump is basically talking about a fighter jet, right? Which makes a lot of freaking sense, because F-47, he's the 47th president. He, did kind of deserve that one. That definitely is one that I think should be good for him.
Didn't have to think it for about 2 seconds.
Wait for it. She's going to try to do the I got you moment. Wait for it.
So I said, okay. That means 47 and 47. So
Right. That adds up.
45, 46.
45.
47, yeah.
45. 46. 47. He would have had probably 3 terms. So there was a president that had supposedly 4 terms, which was why the 2-term limit was created. And I think Trump would have been one of the recent presidents in history that probably would have possibly got elected more than once. Not just twice, but probably 3 times or 4 times, maybe, if that would have been allowed. He would have probably been elected more than twice, maybe 4. I'm sure it probably would have been allowed. And I'm sure us MAGA would allow it, because Trump is doing a hell of a good job, I think.
If you think about it, I just don't want the credit for 46.
True. Yeah, we don't want credit. Trump's not going to take credit for 46. 46 was a fuck up. 46 was kind of a fuck up. Yeah, that was Biden. Yeah, we don't want him to get credit for the fuck up that Biden did. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Because that was all Biden's fuck ups. But I wish you guys could see it, but Joy is just absolutely smirking like she is just kind of heathen like a little demon. You can see the little devil horns out of Joy popping up like, yeah. You know that little heathen demon side of her is popping out. This is what happens. These Democrats, they are evil heathens. They are not humans. They are heathens. They are evil little bastards. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They are so evil. That's why they are who they are. That's why people now see them for who they are. They are godless people. They don't care about anyone or the unborn children. They don't care about rights or anything. Why do you think people are starting to kind of wake up more and more and realizing, hey, Trump's better. Yeah, let's vote for Trump. Hell, if Trump could run again, we'd vote for Trump. Yeah, of course. People would. Because that would be the smarter choice, to have Trump do it again. Or Trump Jr. Because Trump's the better choice. The lesser of the two evil. But actually, Trump's not evil. He's actually a better person. And then you got this little Joy Reid heathen over here
I don't want to have their
smirking.
open borders.
I don't want open borders. That's true. Trump does not want open borders. And then you got the Joy Reid heathen over here smirking at it. What are you smirking at, you heathen? Why are you smirking? Because you want open borders? Is that what you want? You want open borders? You want America to be last? You would rather have people get hurt continuously? Is that what you want, Joy? Oh yeah, that's what you voted for. And guess what happened? It costed us a shit ton of money. Think about that, Joy. Think about what you voted for and what you wanted and what happened. And how badly it affected us. And how badly we still have to fight to try to fix that problem. And how we're still trying to fix that problem today. Because of people like you who voted to have that border open and had problems. If you want to come here legally, that's fine. We don't care. Come here legally. We're fine with it. We don't give a shit if you want to be here legally. We welcome you to be here legally. But if you're going to be here illegally, don't do it. Please. Just don't do it.
People coming in from all over the world, including...
See, and she's being a little heathen, and she's laughing because she's thinking, it's so funny. I voted for this shit. She's a little heathen. You can see it in her eyes and her laugh. She wanted this shit. She knows that she's evil. She's vindictive. This is the kind of crap that people like her vote for. This is the kind of crap that these people want. That these evil vindictive people would rather have. They would rather have America, excuse me, suffer. They would rather have Americans suffer. Because America to them should be last. And other countries should be allowed to do whatever the hell they want. Americans should be basically allowed to have illegal immigrants come through when they need to come through legally. We don't care if they want to come through, but they can do it legally. That's fine. Again, that's fine and dandy. Just do it legally. We don't care if you're from another country. Just come here legally. But if you come here illegally, you know what's going to happen. You're going to have to face consequences. That's the main factor. You know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I'm sorry. But these people voted for this shit. You voted for bad problems. And we're, again, still suffering for it. These Democrats wanted the riots. The BLM riots. They wanted all of this. They wanted to continue to, have people like George Floyd be worshipped. They wanted all of this. They wanted people like allegedly Antifa to not be allegedly marked as not terrorists, which now allegedly Antifa is known as terrorist groups, thankfully. Which I'm happy they are.
Jails and mental institutes. I don't want that on my record.
See, Trump doesn't want any of these problems. And Joy Reid's like her eyes just like fucking bug-eyed. She's just bug-eyed. Joy, put your eyes back in. Your eyes are about to pop out, lady. Jeez. See, Trump doesn't want none of this shit. Since day one, he's wanted none of this shit. None of this shit was needed. But guess who did it? Biden. Guess who caused all of it? Biden. And guess who has to fix it? Trump.
But I like having it where...
See, she didn't finish. See how she didn't allow it to finish? That's why, exactly what I said. She didn't allow it to finish.
He's delusional.
No, Joy, you're delusional. Because here's the thing. First of all, what a lot of these things he is saying is absolutely correct. What he's saying is, I don't want none of this shit to happen. I don't want none of this shit, especially on when it comes to me as president. I don't want this on my record as happening when I was known as president. So since I'm president, I have to take care of all of this. And since I'm the president, I have to clean this up. This is my job. And since I'm president, my job is not only to do the due diligence of cleaning it up and taking care of it, I have to make sure it doesn't happen anymore. That's not called delusional, chicas. That's called being a president and manning up and doing the job. What you have is called delusion. What you have is called Trump derangement syndrome. What you have is called mental illness. What you have is called retardation. You have retardation there, Joy. Because if you obviously are that retarded and don't understand, and yes, I called her a retard because she is kind of retarded. If you don't understand that you voted for Biden and you allowed all this shit to happen, guess what? You should face the consequences. Your ass should be out there helping cleaning this shit up. Instead of sitting on your ass, being in the luxury of doing a podcast, you should be out there front center cleaning this shit up and not having that luxury of sitting there bitching and whining. You should be having to clean this shit up. We should make you clean it up. We should make liberals start cleaning this shit up instead of us conservatives having to do it, because we're not doing it. We're to the point where we're just tired of it. I think we've gone beyond tired of it. We've been reasonable with these people long enough now. I think we're just now to the point where there's no reasoning with these idiots. These idiots have no understanding of consequences or understanding of what it's like to do something that they shouldn't be doing. They don't get it.
But that is not even the most bananas part of it.
No, I'm sure it's not, because for you, anything's bananas, including you. Because you are absolutely fucking bananas. You're batshit crazy is what you are. You're absolutely fucking deranged. You need to be in a mental hospital, Joy, is what you need to be in. You need to be locked up in a mental asylum. Because you are mentally deranged. You are mentally delusional. Because people like you are part of the problem, not us. We're trying to stop it. You're part of the problem. How many times do you gotta understand that? We're the ones that have to clean up after you. It's like you can't wipe your own butt, and we have to be the ones to wipe your ass for you every frickin' time. We're tired of it at this point. I don't think we want to anymore. You're a grown person. You should be able to take care of yourself. But you seem to not want to, because you would rather pretend to be a child continuously. Which is fine.
Let's go back. I want to go back to Whiskey Pete, who kicked off the entire thing with his stage pacing, aggressive, kind of.
Again, there's with the hand gestures. I don't get why she does the whole hand gesture thing. Yeah, I know. I talk with my hands and I do all of this, but I don't do the whole, snap and the whole southern alleged black sassy thing. She does that whole thing. It just annoys me. I don't get it, but it's kind of one of her things, I guess.
General's retreat presentation, and he had gems like this one.
She's getting very sassy, and she gets aggressive. She's gonna get, as you can hear, she's always been aggressive. That's just who she is. Joy has always been aggressive. She's never been not known to not be aggressive. She's known to be pretty aggressive. And she's not subtle about it. She's obvious. It's an obvious statement.
On fatness.
It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War...
See, and she's using Fox News. Now, here's my question. Does she have rights to all of these? Does she have rights to use these? So, I wonder. Kind of makes me wonder, should I message maybe Fox News and let them know that Joy Reid is using some of their content? I don't know. I might actually see if Fox allows it.
Can do regular, hard PT. So can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat for...
So he's talking about how our military should be able to do basic PT. Our military should be able to do basic training. Our military should be able to do basic things. Our military should be able to do the basic requirements to join. That is what it takes to join the military. And yes, if you are planning to join the military, you should have the ability to do it.
Formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's acceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
I kind of do agree because, you know, here's the thing. If you want our military to be ready to fight, we don't need troops that are obese. I'm sorry. I know this is going to be kind of a cliche thing to say, but yeah, we don't need obese people in the military. That is not what it's about. We need people that are healthy, ready to go, ready to, you know, serve and protect and defend our country. But, you know, I bet Joy Reid probably would never join the military a day in her life. She would never be able to do it.
Leading commands around the
She
country
would be crying like a little liberal, sassy. We can't do anything.
free in the world. It's a bad look. It is bad.
I might actually contact Fox and see if they have rights.
It's not who we are.
Or if she has rights to this.
So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test.
Exactly. If you are going to be in the military, you gotta pass your basics. You gotta pass physical, and you gotta pass requirements, period, in general. That is just a basic thing for military. You gotta do it. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna be in the military, you gotta do that. I know, Joy's over there probably like, I'm gonna throw the frick up.
And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year.
Oof. Well, if they're going to start doing that, then that would probably be good. That would be better. Because it's going to help.
Meet height and weight requirements.
I think it's going to help a lot. I think what it will do is it will cut down on problems and issues. It will help with things that need to be dealt with.
Twice a year. Every year of service.
Yeah.
Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our joint force is required to do PT every duty
I think
day. Should be common sense. Most units.
Yeah, he basically said, yeah, people are too fat. They're too fat.
No, what he's saying is that people that are in the military should not be overweight, and they need to fit the height, weight requirement and do their basic PT training. And PT training will now allegedly happen twice a year. Supposedly, even if PT didn't happen, they will do it now twice a year. Which, fine. That's okay. That's understandable. So, she's taking shit out of context. Again, she's doubling down. She doesn't realize that PT... She probably doesn't even know what PT is. So, that's fine. Because she's probably never, ever talked to or have anybody in the family that's in the military. I'm sure she's talked to people in the military before, because she's had a lot of people that she's probably interviewed during her time with MSNBC with people in the military, and I'm sure she has probably very little to zero knowledge about PT, but she probably has now not as much knowledge. But, you know, especially like when she was with MSNBC, they probably just said, Joy, all right, this guy's from the alleged military. You're going to interview him about such and such. We're going to have you talk about such and such. Here are the questions that we're going to have you give him, and he's going to respond. You two are going to be able to talk about it, and then after that, we'll go on to like maybe a 15-minute break, and then you'll come back, and then you guys can maybe continue the conversation. That's probably about as much basic knowledge as she has. just, okay, this guy's from such and such military, or he's such and such rank. That's it. That's probably the basic of her knowledge and expertise. That's as much as she has for her mind. She doesn't have very much mind experience. Her brain really cannot comprehend very much for anything.
We can't have that. They need to do PT.
So, Joy, do you know why they have PT? Okay. So, PT is there's a reason for PT. And I'll explain it to you guys. So PT is prothrombin. It's basically a blood test that measures how long it takes for the blood to clot, or it's basically it's just a medical exam that is used in the military, and it helps movement, functionals, and overall well-being, exercise, manual therapy, and other. It's something that the military does require, and yes, PT is needed, because if you are not, let's say that you have history of a bad back, or you have alleged history of medical history of some kind of health issue, and you say that you don't have it, and later it comes back that that health issue gets worse, that could probably really ding the military. That possibly can make it worse. So you have to, they have to test you to make sure that you are going to be fit and able to do things in the military, so that the military will be able to train you properly and be able to know that you don't have other health issues that are not going to make you possibly be worse later, so that you're not going to have issues. See, these are things that she doesn't know. She doesn't know that. And that's because, again, she probably doesn't have family in the military. She never looks this thing up. See, because I have had family in the military. I do have family that was military, and or that are still in military. And I know that my family that was in the military had to do PT tests, or they had to do physical exams, and they had to do things that when they joined the military that were required of them, and that when they went into the military, this is what they needed to do. She doesn't understand it because she never knows what military requirements are, because she doesn't do history and research. So this is what it shows you. Joy Reid is an absolute idiot. She doesn't know anything. But anyway, conservative video dipper here, y'all. I'm out, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. See you guys in the next vid. Bye, guys.